Now, there's this big misconception on the 65 game rules. The media always say Batman and Robin, but never say Batman and Superman. Remember that. Exactly. They always want a number one and a two because that's how they looked at the game when they were little. Remember the Stevens A's and all of them, they watched the game from fans and became analysts. So they're only listening to the people before them. And then the people who are who are inspired by them are doing the same thing. The only thing that has changed is now players have came into the game. Gil always trying to discredit Kobe, man. Leave him be. GB7, what the fuck are you talking about? Kobe's my favorite player. What am I discrediting? I said Shaq carried him until Kobe carried him, right? So that means the first 3 quarters, Shaq is carrying the team, right? When you average 36 and 16, right, that's carrying. But then if you look at the last 4 minutes, who carried who? That would be Kobe. Are you listening or are you listening? Are you listening or are you listening? So 65 games, right, is this big thing. 65 games is this big thing. Now, the problem with the 65 games is going to be this. It is a new narrative that has been put into the situation. And I see the flaw, of course. You know, I'm the only one that looks at real shit in real time. I'm the only one that looks at real information because I'm there in real time. I'm not a narrative pusher, right? JJ Redick, if he says he doesn't like, right, load management, right? Players are doing this. Those guys, think about who they are as players, who they were as players. You wasn't even in position to be. There's some guys in this league that's never been in position to be load managed. Think about what load manage is. You're coming back from injury, and you remember this, at the beginning of the season, what did Darvin Ham say? LeBron James is only going to play about 25 minutes. You remember that, right? Do you guys remember that conversation? Or am I just trolling? All right. You remember at the beginning of the season, how many minutes he was going to play? 20-something minutes. He's only going to play about 25 minutes. Yeah, that shit sounds good until the game starts. 29 to 32 minutes, right? Yeah, first game, 29 minutes. Woo, yeah. Next, 35, 40, 32, 42, 35, 37. Yeah, shit changed when reality kicks in. Now you tell me, if you are a player and a coach told you, hey, yeah, we only gonna play you about 20 minutes today. Are you happy? At work, if I said, hey, you can only work, I know it's a 9 to 5, but we're gonna go 9 to 2. Remember, 9 to 2 affects you. It affects you in real time and affects you in the long run. No player likes load managing. It is hard to sub a motherfucker out of the game, let alone tell him he only gonna play a few minutes. Shit crazy. Something wrong with y'all, man. Like I have to be on my last legs for me to go with the idea of you only going to play like 15, 20. I'm cool with that, you know? You remember like Melo, like Carmelo Anthony. The reason he wasn't on teams was, hey, yeah, we want to bring you off the bench. Hell, fuck no. Click, boop. I'm not coming off nobody's bench. Think I'm up on Carmelo Anthony. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not coming off nobody's bench. Click. Nah. You're not going to load manage me. Click. You think Russell was happy he was being load managed? No one. Stop. Shut up. That is fake narratives. That is what fake narrative is. So 65 games, right? The media decided, and analysts decided, somehow players are in charge of this. What? But if you ask them who started it, they're going to say Pop. You guys all know Pop. So Pop started it, but somehow the players are in control of load managing. I'm a player who is a star player and went to games and coach says, hey, we're about to go on a West Coast trip. We're about to go on a West Coast trip. This is a winnable game for us. Without you, rest up to be ready for the West Coast trip. If you ever look at my games, the games I did miss is right before we go to the West Coast trip. Last Assassin, 75 games a year for Braun, first 15 years. Stop it. Last Assassin. Who the fuck is coming up with the idea? Think about what I'm fucking saying. Shut the fuck up right now. Who do you think's coming up with the idea of sitting him? I told you the scoring record from his trajectory should have been broken 4 years ago. So who is slowing him down for longevity? Use your brain. I just fucking told you that the coach told me, hey, we're going on the West Coast trip. These games we need to win there. We're playing fucking Bobcats tonight at home. Rest up, get ready for the West Coast trip because we got the Lakers, we got Sacramento, we got Suns, we got Steve Nash. Think about the fucking names I'm yelling. Right? We got Steve Nash, we got Kobe. We need to try to win one of those two games on the road. So I need you ready to go then. So I got load managed